Because when it comes to being healthy, while my first book laid the foundation of creating a good blood structure, it's this book that will set the ball rolling on enabling you to live the best life you've ever had and for vitality 24/7. Knowing what you are on the inside results in the outward manifestations of health, beauty, abundant energy, mental clarity, strength, happiness, and gratitude. My story, one big detox. I remember my friend Anu telling me, Gogi, my nickname, you are always on a diet. While there is truth in this statement, I would say I've been on a detox diet every minute of every day for the last 20 odd years. To achieve this, I have done two things that have laid the foundation of my life. Firstly, I learned how to practice meditation daily so that I don't carry any negativity, be it from situations or people. This ensures that there is no negative mental residue that might build up from my environment. Secondly, I have stayed true to a macrobiotic lifestyle for the last 20 odd years, which makes for healthier blood and is one true to the master detox lifestyle. But I did not start here. I remember running out of the bathroom when I was 10, screaming to my mum that my period had started. When my mum checked, it wasn't my period. I was bleeding from my butt. I was officially declared to have got piles at the age of 10. While I know you all are thinking, gory story, why do we need to know this? I'm narrating it because most parents avoid these situations when faced with it and don't know how to address them. The kid will then have to face issues in his or her adult years, and that's what happened to me. The doctor told my mum to give me more milk. Isko doodh pilao. Give her more milk. And never addressed my diet. My mum listened to the doctor. She tried to provide healthy Indian fare for us and was keen that we be vegetarian, like her. But my dad insisted on keeping us non-vegetarian, so there were a lot of animal products of all kinds on the table. Always, even for breakfast, as well as loads of sugar, white carbohydrates, and dairy. Little did I know that my stomach problem was the start of a bigger issue I was going to face years later. I was highly constipated as a kid and also developed back pain issues, which everyone played down as having been inherited from my father by the age of 15. So much so that I had to sleep on the floor most of the time. This was all interconnected. Too much congestion in the stomach will eventually put pressure on the lower back. I remember I was trying so hard to lose excess weight when I was 20 that I decided to visit all the dietitians in Mumbai. I tried one that recommended eating every 2 hours and drinking as much Diet Coke as I wanted. Another recommended eating cheese with every meal to increase protein intake and to eat up to 7 eggs a day. One dietitian said that it was okay to eat white bread or biscuits as long as my calories were kept down. I saw one who allowed white rice and sugar again as long as the portions were limited, and I ate every 2 hours. Now that I look back, no one really addressed the deeper underlying issue of a gut that was in poor shape, with the ability to absorb very little, with a build-up of bad microbes and an unhealthy ecosystem, which ultimately led to candida. None of the dietitians mentioned that the very foods they were recommending were actually feeding the candida. The word candida comes from a fungus called Candida albicans, which is one type of bad microbes. There are many different strains of good, neutral, and bad microorganisms. It is the overgrowth of this fungus that leads to candida-related complex, CRC, or candidiasis, also referred to as autobrewery syndrome, ABS. It lives off sugar, dairy, and a diet that most of us Indians have that is low in minerals. So in a sense, we feed the bad microbes in our system almost on a daily basis. Without being aware of it, with trigger foods, as I call them. Antibiotics and daily medication like blood pressure pills, cholesterol drugs, and blood thinners only make their growth gather momentum in our bodies. While the so-called fungus Candida albicans lives within one's digestive tract and usually in women's